If you're a first-time home buyer in today's market, I need you to stick around for this video because I want to give you some insider tips and tricks of the trade that will make the home buying process a lot less stressful. Purchasing a home is a big decision. And in my 20 plus years as a mortgage lender, I've seen the process go extremely wrong for some people. And I don't want that to be that way for you. So before I give you some of my insider tips, if you dig this content, it would mean the world to me if you could hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel immensely and allows me to reach more people just like you. Tip number one is to get pre-approved before you start looking at homes. I mean, there's nothing worse than falling in love with the house only to find out you can't afford it. Or maybe it's vice versa, and you realize that you can afford much more than you originally thought. I mean, getting pre-approved is a crucial first step and will help you avoid any delays in your journey. I mean, because 99% of real estate agents won't even take you to look at homes without knowing you're pre-approved. If you already have a real estate agent, use them as a resource. They can recommend you to a list of preferred lender partners that they know, like, and trust so that you have a great place to start. Tip number two is to have conversations with more than one lender. I'm gonna be honest, your lender could make or break your home buying experience. So it could benefit you to have a few conversations and do your own research. So while you're having these conversations, be sure to ask a ton of questions. I mean, are they educating you? Are they asking you about your goals? Do they sound knowledgeable? These are some of the things that you should be looking for throughout the process of choosing a lender that's right for you. Don't focus just on the rate. I mean, shopping lenders solely on the premise of rate, especially as a first-time home buyer, could lead you to a lot of headaches. You want to do business with someone you like and someone who's available. There will more than likely be a lot of questions that pop up along your journey, and maybe even a few road bumps. So having a lender who genuinely cares about you and is ready to jump in should you need them is an absolute win. Tip number three is to figure out your pre-approval number versus your affordability number. I mean, what the heck does that mean? Well, once lenders gather all of your documentation and run your credit, they're going to give you a purchase price that you're pre-approved for. However, that doesn't mean you need to max out that number. A majority of the time, this number is going to be a lot higher than what you actually feel comfortable paying. So this is when you should take a close look at your income and your finances and decide what monthly payment do you feel good about paying that will not leave you house poor. My advice for first-time homebuyers is to allocate no more than 1/3 of your monthly income to your mortgage payment. And that includes your principal, your interest, your taxes, your insurance, and any HOA fees there might be. This is why having good conversations with your lender is so important, because they can run pricing scenarios for you to see what your purchase price would be given your affordability number. My fourth tip is to do some market research. And I really want to double click on this because this is where some buyers get lost. I mean, everyone's first instinct is to jump all over Zillow and start looking at houses and price points. However, the information is oftentimes misleading or even incorrect, and it doesn't paint the full picture of what's really going on inside your market. So here's where I would enlist the help of your real estate agent because they have the most accurate and up-to-date data. Once you have an idea of the area of town you're looking in, ask for a few things. First thing I would ask for is how many houses are for sale in my desired area versus how many homes are pending or under contract. If there's a lot more homes pending and under contract than there are for sale, that tells you that it's a very hot area and the rate of sale is high. The next thing I would ask is for the last 30 days of closing data. I mean, this is where it becomes really insightful because you can see what houses are listed for versus how much they sold for. In some markets, the houses that are priced right and staged right are still going for well over asking. And this data can give you an idea ahead of time if you're able to be competitive with your offer given your chosen affordability number. In some cases, depending on your realtor, you may even be able to have them pull the data on which homes were closed with cash versus a conventional or FHA loan. I mean, having a little extra information about the market can really help prepare you for the entirety of the process. The final tip I'm going to share with you today is to stop worrying about trying to save 20% down for your down payment. I mean, there are actually programs that allow first-time homebuyers to put as little as 3% down. Or better yet, programs that will cover your down payment entirely. And I know you're probably thinking about that pesky mortgage insurance that gets tacked on when you put less than 20% down. But think about this. Let's say you're buying a $500,000 home with just 5% down. Your private mortgage insurance could be around, say, $135 a month. After 3 years, that adds up to a total of $4,860 in private mortgage insurance. That seems like a lot of money to waste, I get it. Well, let's say on the other hand, you waited those 3 years to save up the 20% down, but this time the home is no longer for sale for $500,000. Now, it's for sale for $554,000. So not only did you cost yourself $54,000 trying to save $4,800, but that 20% down payment on that higher priced home also just got a whole lot bigger. Ultimately, there are some incredible perks to being a first-time homebuyer. And bringing this around full circle, make sure you're partnered with the right realtor and the right lender to make sure you can take full advantage of the opportunities available to you. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.